Hi, thanks for coming and seeing my video. Today I am gonna make fritada, Ecuadorian style, which is a crispy pork. It's so flavorful. It takes a little bit of work, but it's pretty easy to make. And what I'm gonna be using, I seasoned it already. I have teriyaki glaze. I put about 2 tablespoons. Goya adobo, about 2 tablespoons, but depending on how much pork you have, because adobo has a lot of salt. I put some comino, about a few teaspoons. What I do is I take this Goya olives pitted thing with olives and pimiento, and I mash them, and I make it like a little bit pasty, and I put it in here, and I like that. I put about 2 tablespoons. I have my pepper, my salt, and I'm using 1 package of sazon, because you know we Latino, so I already seasoned it. But another thing I'm adding is I'm adding some cilantro. You know I love cilantro, and this is gonna fry up right now. First, what you do is you put a little bit of water in the pot because you actually want it to start cooking, because you're gonna see as you do this, it's gonna that water is gonna evaporate, and then there's gonna be so much oil, and that oil is what's gonna make it that crispy pork, and then it becomes like it starts frying up in its own oil. So it's not that unhealthy because, as you can see, it's not that fatty. The ones I bought, these are short rib, country style ribs. I cut up really tiny. See that? And you're gonna see right now I'm gonna put in some water. So I blended it well. It smells delicious. It will taste off the chain. Great. So as you can see, I've got a little bit of water boiling here. I put about a third cup of water, not a lot, because it's gonna sweat. You're gonna cover this. So you add your pork. Yum. You make sure you have it on a high flame right now. Alright, you want it high right now. You want it high till you see that it starts a little bit sweating and getting really hot and a lot of smoky. Then you're gonna put it at medium and leave it covered for a bit. So what we do is we cover it. We come back to it like 5-8 minutes and we see how it's going, and then we either lower it or keep it high a little longer. Great, so it's been about 6 minutes and a half. This is what you wanted, see? And it's built more liquid because it's steaming. It just builds more liquid. This is exactly how it should be looking. So in this stage, covered at about medium high, you're going to leave it for about 40 minutes to an hour, because you need this pork to get cooked, and we want it tender before it starts frying up. So like in 40 minutes to an hour, it gets really dry and the oil starts building up. That's when we'll go to the frying stage. But right now it's still gonna like cook. So that's how it's looking. So we'll come back and check it like after 20-30 minutes. I'll check it again. But remember, 45 minutes to an hour. And then we start frying it up crispy, okay? Great, so it's been about a half an hour. I just have it covered at a medium heat. And do you see that? Look at that. You see all that liquid? Don't worry about all that liquid. It's gonna go. So I would say another half hour, 25 minutes, letting it cook like this. And then we'll uncover it and start letting that liquid evaporate. Right now we're still working with that liquid to cook our pork. And at this moment too, you can also taste like this if you like. You can taste it. So you can see if you have like enough salt. Alright. Perfect flavor. Perfect. So we're going to leave it covered another 30 minutes and we'll come back to it. Okay, so it's been another 30 minutes. Look, see that? All the water has dried out and it's become a little oil. Now it's going to start frying up in its own oil. So it takes a long time, but you know, these are fatty ribs, so you know they have to take their time. You don't want them raw. And the delicious part about them is that they're so tender once they're done. That they're crispy and tender inside. Because you've been marinated them all this time in this water bath kind of. So you see? Look. Look at that. They're halfway done. Full of flavor. Full of flavor. So now what you do is you hide them a little bit again, because you're going to start the frying process. Alright? You leave them uncovered now. No more covering them at this point. So now you have to stay near them because they're going to start frying up. You don't want them to burn either, because the secret of this recipe is you need to keep moving it. We call it fritada. Fritada is a dish in Ecuador that's very popular. It contains this pork. I'm going to fry up plantains. I'm going to fry up sweet plantains. And I'm going to have a salad with it. See how it's getting? Now you just be careful at this point, okay? You don't want it to hit you in the face, the oil and the grease, because it likes to pop at this time. So you just keep moving it around. See me right now, I left it a minute over. And so you make sure you have it at a medium heat. Don't go high here. And stay on top of it. So now for the next 20 minutes, I would say, you stay on top of it. You keep doing this, and it's going to keep frying up lovely. I think about 20-25 minutes this is done. So like I said, stay with it. If you're doing other things in the kitchen, stay with it. See, so I'm back and forth. I'm back and forth, I'm moving it. And just so you know, this oil that's building up here, I'm actually going to use that oil. I'm going to use that oil to fry the sweet plantains and the regular plantains. That also flavors the plantains a little bit. So like I was saying, you can make it with a salad. Or what we do with the fritada is we use mote. Mote is hominy. You could make homemade mote, which takes like 4 hours, which I love, the Ecuadorian style. But we're going to use canned today. So I'm about to get those those ingredients ready. And that's what goes with the fritada, the Ecuadorian style fritada. This is what we call it. But you can also just make crispy pork. Okay? Look at that. So it's done. It's pretty much done. See, it's crispy. It's ready. And it is delish. Look at that. Perfect. Yum. Oh, this is so fatty though. That's one thing about this. This is such a fatty dish. Look at that deliciousness. Nicely brown. So what I've done also is I put this in a plate with a paper towel to drain some of that grease. Excuse me. So this is fritada. Fritada ecuatoriana. It still needs the other ingredients. You'll see it. I'll plate it really beautiful. But here it goes. My crispy fried pork. Look at that. So moist. Falling off the bone. Delicious. Delicious. I have clean hands. Yum. We're going to try that right now. So tasty, look. So tasty and moist. It's just so good. Fritada. Crispy pork. So you see, I've put some sweet plantains and regular plantains, and also you could get your hominy, which is mote. That's part of our fritada. We put mote on the side, and we make a sauce for it. This is a sauce I make. Basically, it's onion, lemon, and cilantro. It's our ecua sauce. We put tomatoes and peppers, but when I make fritada, I don't put it. So you see, all you do is you put a little bit of your sauce, and the sauce is so easy. Just put it on top. You put it on top. And then yummy. That's our plate. Fritada, which is crispy pork made ecua style. I hope you enjoy.